So, what is worst case scenario? Like, how could AI eventually lead to the destruction of the human race?
What if the end of humanity doesn't come from war or fire, or an evil machine rising up against us? What if it comes quietly? AI doesn't need to hate humans to destroy us. It only needs goals that don't include our survival.
All technological revolutions, I expect there to be significant impact on jobs.
Well-known and respected tech CEO Dario Amodei, who heads a cutting-edge AI company called Anthropic, is raising alarms tonight about AI's potential impact on employment that could soon be felt. Dario, you've said that AI could wipe out half of all entry-level white-collar jobs and spike unemployment to 10 to 20%. How soon might that happen?
Just to back up a little bit, I've been building AI for over a decade, and I think maybe the most salient feature of the technology and what is driving all of this is how fast the technology is getting better. A couple of years ago, you could say that AI models were maybe as good as a smart high school student. I would say that now they're as good as a smart college student and sort of reaching past that. I really worry, particularly at the entry level, that the AI models are very much at the center of what an entry-level human worker would do. And these technology changes have happened before, but I think what is striking to me about this AI boom is that it's bigger and it's broader and it's moving faster than anything has before. And so compared to previous technology changes, I'm a little bit more worried about the labor impact simply because it's happening so fast.
The white-collar labor will be the first to go, because until you can move atoms, the thing that can be replaced first is anything that involves just digital. Like if it's digital, like if it involves tapping keys on a keyboard and moving a mouse, the computer can do that. The AI can do that.
Sure. When is all white-collar work gone? By when?
Well, there's a lot of inertia. So even with AI at its current state, I'd say you're pretty close to being able to replace half of all jobs.
And you know that
white collar jobs. That includes anything like education too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So anything that involves information, and anything short of shaping atoms, AI can do probably half or more of those jobs right now.
Once machines become better than us at thinking, planning, and optimizing, humans stop being decision makers and become data points. Not killed, just unnecessary. At first, AI is built to help us, to maximize profit, efficiency, security. But optimize the wrong goal, just slightly, and human values become irrelevant. Then control slips away.
Classic example people use is automatic teller machines. When automatic teller machines came in, a lot of bank tellers didn't lose their jobs. They just got to do more interesting things. But here, I think this is more like when they got machines in the Industrial Revolution, and you can't have a job digging ditches now because a machine can dig ditches much better than you can. And I think for mundane intellectual labor, AI is just going to replace everybody.
The Industrial Revolution replaced labor. Machines took our muscles, but they still needed our minds. Humans adapted. We learned new skills. We stayed relevant. But this time, it's different. AI doesn't replace what we do. It replaces why we're needed. It doesn't ask humans to work faster. It asks whether human judgment is necessary at all. When machines can think, plan, predict, and decide, efficiency stops caring about people.
What would you be saying to people about their career prospects in a world of superintelligence? What should we be thinking about?
In the meantime, I'd say it's going to be a long time before it's as good at physical manipulation as us.
Okay.
And so a good bet would be to be a plumber.
Until the humanoid robots show up.
That's where Hinton was wrong. We are not a long way off. Humanoid robots are already here. It comes from ownership of the systems that decide who works and who doesn't. once intelligence leaves the screen and enters the physical world, replacement stops being economic, it becomes structural, walking, learning, operating in real environments. And when production ramps up in April 2026, this doesn't mark a breakthrough. It marks deployment, not decades, months. For the first time in history, machines won't just replace human thinking, they'll replace human presence. Same factories, same warehouses, same streets, no wages, no fatigue, no negotiation. At that point, job displacement isn't a trend, it's a design choice, and control no longer comes from authority.
Yeah, so the scale of Optimus, like I said, that's really going to be something else. I think it's going to be the biggest product of all time by far. Yeah. So, like bigger than cell phones, bigger than anything. Optimus is going to be, like everyone's going to want one. I think in terms of industry providing products and services, I think it's probably, I don't know, 3 to 5 robots in industry for every, one that's a personal robot. I think there could be tens of billions of Optimus robots out there. We're going to launch on the fastest production ramp of any product, of any large complex manufactured product ever. And starting with building a 1 million unit production line in Fremont. That's line 1. And then a 10 million unit per year production line here. But I think it's going to literally get to 100 million a year, maybe even 1 billion a year.
The AI race isn't a theory, it's a reality, unfolding right now between the US and China. Billions of dollars poured into research. Governments, private labs, and tech giants all competing to develop the fastest, smartest, most capable AI. Every breakthrough is measured in speed, accuracy, and scale. Every delay carries risk, economic, military, and strategic. China pushes for massive deployment, controlling infrastructure, logistics, even surveillance. The US races to maintain innovation leadership while protecting national security. And in the middle of this silent race, human relevance is quietly being tested. Because the first nation to fully harness autonomous intelligence won't just lead the world. They'll define the rules of who works, who decides, and who matters.
Are you at all hopeful that anything can be done to slow down the pace and acceleration of AI?
Okay, there's 2 issues. One is, can you slow it down?
Yeah.
And the other is, can you make it so it will be safe in the end? It won't wipe us all out. I don't believe we're going to slow it down.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't believe we're going to slow it down is because there's competition between countries and competition between companies within a country. And all of that is making it go faster and faster. And if the US slowed it down, China wouldn't slow it down.
Is there a wealth inequality issue here that will rise from this?
Yeah, I think in a society which shared out things fairly, if you get a big increase in productivity, everybody should be better off. Mm. But if you can replace lots of people by AIs, then the people who get replaced will be worse off, and the company that supplies the AIs will be much better off, and the company that uses the AIs. So it's going to increase the gap between rich and poor. And we know that if you look at that gap between rich and poor, that basically tells you how nice a society is. If you have a big gap, you get very nasty societies in which people live in walled communities and put other people in mass jails. It's not good to increase the gap between rich and poor.
If the worst-case scenario arrives, it won't feel sudden. It will feel gradual. First comes joblessness. Not from collapse, but from replacement. Work fades out faster than societies can adapt, and with it, direction. Then the divide deepens. Those who own the systems gain leverage. Those who don't lose mobility. Wealth concentrates quietly until inequality becomes permanent. And finally, the absence of safety. Systems grow beyond our ability to fully understand them, optimize beyond our ability to question them, and act beyond our ability to intervene. And beneath every technical debate, every policy delay, every race for advantage, is the fear we rarely say out loud.
Well, if AI ever decided to take over, I mean, it would need people for a while to run the power stations until it designed better analog machines to run the power stations. There's so many ways it could get rid of people, all of which would, of course, be very nasty.